Hi, and welcome back to another video. I thought today I would do my own seed unboxing because I got a couple gifts this year. My birthday is December 19th, so it's right in line with Christmas. So I got some birthday money to go seed shopping and some Christmas gifts here and there that would aid my Christmas shopping for the gardening season. I think this is my fifth really avid season of gardening where I do like the full seed starting and all of that. I've always gardened ever since I had a house. I literally picked our first house that we lived in based off of the beautiful garden that person already had there. It was difficult to maintain because there were a lot of things there, but I did learn a lot through that time. I think that's when I learned not to cut hydrangeas back because I killed that beautiful bush. Anyway, so I thought that I would share some of the seeds that I got. I, of course, already opened them because how could I not? You know, I bought seeds. I need to see what I got. But let's start with, I got a really sweet Christmas gift from my mother-in-law. She got me a couple seed packets of things I've made like a wish list to share out with people in case that would help them on what to pick out for me. So she got me some really pretty nasturtium seeds. They're like a salmon color, so I'm excited for those. Straw flowers, a silvery rose color, very excited for those. Loofah seeds. I think I'm gonna try growing loofah this year, see how that goes. And some blue butterfly peas because I also tried to grow those last year and I think I got a total of 2 flowers. I think I just started them late, so I'm gonna try again. Hopefully that goes better. All right, so then since I just opened Eden Brothers, I did then use some of my money to get a few more seeds from Eden Brothers. So let me open those. Looks like I already opened the package because I was really excited. So another thing that I wanted to try this year for the first time is I bought some Lisianthus seeds. I opened it because I could tell there was a vial and I kind of wanted to see, look at that. It's like this vial and there's like, I don't know, maybe 15 seeds in there. So we'll see. I know Lisianthus is notoriously very difficult to grow, so that's why I was like, you know what, this is the year, I'm gonna try it. And I got some really pretty snapdragon seeds. I apologize you can't see any of the pictures. If I feel like it, maybe I'll first images on the screen. I'm not sure I'm there yet, but this is like, it's called Twinning Bronze Shades. So it's supposed to be kind of like a snapdragon double blossom sort of look. And it's this pretty like orangey bronze color, which surprises me because I'm not really into orange, but I'm gonna try it and see how it goes. Next up, this is from Epic Gardening or Botanical Interest. They bought out that seed company and work with them. They have really good seeds and products too, so I've been enjoying purchasing from them as well. So from them, I got some more artichokes. This is gonna be, I think, my 3rd or 4th year of trying to grow artichokes. I winter sow these. I don't plant them during the season. I winter sow them and then whatever ones start. They notoriously have a low germination rate, so I throw a lot of seeds into my winter sowing container and I get maybe three of them to germinate. I one time got a very small artichoke flower, and that's why I'm growing them. Obviously, you could eat them. You just cut it before the flower opens, but the flower on an artichoke is just like big and purple and just amazing. So I've been trying to get one of those just because I really want to see it, and it's one of those gardening bucket list items, I guess. So we'll try again. I also got some Zinderella pastel. These are zinnias, but the Zinderella puts like this cute little like cupcake thing on top, and this is a mix of pastel colors, which I love. I told myself I was not gonna buy any more poppies this year because I have so many poppies because they're just so dang pretty. The problem with poppies is that they are pretty for like 2 days and then they're gone. And even if you cut them, their vase life is like 1 to 2 days and it's gone. So I decided to get these because the one thing I did last year that I really liked is, and this is a breadseed poppy. This is called Lauren's Grape. So I have some Hungarian blue poppies that are a breadseed poppy variety. And what that means is when the flower dies and the pod hardens and dries out, you can harvest the seeds and then you have poppy seeds. So I have a little mason jar about halfway full of my own poppy seeds that I grew. I'm probably going to use that sometime this winter to try and make like a lemon poppy seed thing. I haven't decided what yet, and I just frankly haven't had time with the holidays and things like that. So that's why I let myself buy another one, because I kind of think I want to grow more of this type as opposed to like the black swans and stuff like that. Sorry about my cat. Because I want to try and harvest more of the seeds and see what other cool things I can do with it. There's something magical about the fact that you grew the thing and then you use it in your cooking. It just makes you be like, oh yes. I've also bought a pastel blend of alyssum. I usually buy packs of these every year from this place I go flower shopping with my mother in the spring. Hi, Abby. And I always get the pastel blend. The thing I love about alyssum is it's small, it's cold tolerant, it's very alluring to pollinators and good things like that. And it's just really pretty too. You can eat it. I have not. I've watched other people eat it who say, frankly, it just tastes like old broccoli. So I don't really grow it for that purpose, but I grow it because it's pretty, it's sweet smelling, and it's just really good, and they're really cheap. So I thought maybe I could start trying to grow my own. Last year I started seeds and I actually got a couple, and they were better looking than the ones I would normally buy in the store. So that's why I thought if I get my own blend, I can try that. And finally, they always give you a free seed packet. So I got a pack of lettuce musculum. It's just a mix of different like musculum and lettuce that you can grow. Hi, Abby. So yeah, so that is my epic gardening thing. I need this packet. Move your butt. There you go. I also, get your butt. I also got a gift card to Baker's Creek. So I was like, well, of course I have to buy some Baker Creek seeds then, because why not? I know that Baker Creek has kind of like a, I don't know, I feel like they've been getting a bad rap lately because people suffer with like their germination rates and stuff. I don't really have a lot of problem, and the thing I really like about Baker's Creek is most of the varieties on their shop are not your normal standard run-of-the-mill varieties. And sometimes when it's like 99 degrees outside, which generally in Pennsylvania, that's not typically how our summers go. You might have a couple days like that, but man, last year we had long stretches of weeks where it was like 95 to 100, and I had to water more last year than I think I ever had. So my point being, those days when it's really hot and you're like trying to tend to your flowers and your vegetables and stuff, and then you run to the grocery store and that zucchini you just picked squash bugs off for the past hour and trying to save your plant is on sale for $1, it doesn't feel like all that effort you just did is worth it. Besides the fact that it, frankly, I think tastes better when it's from your garden than the grocery store. But the thing I like about them is you can get more interesting varieties of things you can't buy at the grocery store, which makes it more like, if I don't keep this thing alive, then I won't be able to taste it. So that's kind of the approach I like to take. So I got a different variety of Brussels sprouts. I successfully have grown Brussels sprouts now the last 2 years as far as actually getting a plant. I've done it winter sowing, I've done seed starting, not direct sowing because they take too long and that would never work. But And I get good amount of starts that I plant. And last year, my plants looked really healthy. Like I planted them in March and they lasted all the way through till after Christmas until we got like really bad snow and, well, not bad snow, but bad cold and snow on top of it. So I still have not gotten to the point where I've grown the plant and been able to eat the Brussels sprouts off that plant, which is kind of annoying. So I thought I'm gonna just try a different variety this year. See if it works any different, because sometimes your climate demands a different type of the vegetable that you're trying to grow versus just the one you happen to grab from Home Depot or Walmart. Now, granted, generally the big box stores in your area are going to be more inclined to sell the varieties that work for that area. Or if you're buying started plants from a nursery, they're gonna be growing the started plants that work best in your area. So that's also, take that in mind, but that's what I'm trying with this one. I also got, of course, can't help myself, but another butterfly pea, but this one's called Lavender Queen. So I thought, up my chances, maybe I'll get better growth out of the blue or the purple, or I'll have a pretty mix of both, and we'll see. These beets, they're called, I guess, Bettina. They are new for 2025 from Baker Creek, and I prefer the bull's blood beets. I don't know, there's something about their flavor and their dark red that I really like. But I've been suffering with some germination rate issues. That's probably because my seeds are like 3 years old at this time, and beets do have their germination rate go down slightly. But having said that, don't throw your seed packets out, because seeds just will, you should never throw them out based off the date, because really seeds don't really expire. They may decrease in germination, but they don't go. Anyway, so I got these because they reminded me of bull's blood beets, and I thought maybe these would be fun to grow this year. Another straw flower. This one is the King Red. It's kind of like a dark purple burgundy sort of color. I've been getting really into the growing flowers that I dry and then do things with. So you'll notice that I've got a couple varieties that kind of are good for that this year. And that's where the straw flowers come into play. They're so interesting too. They're really pretty, but like they're papery even when they're growing. It's not even about the drying process that makes it that way. They literally grow that way. And you just cut them off before they open to release their seeds, and you hang them to dry, and they maintain their color. It's really cool. This is a new to me plant. I've never grown mullein before. I know that it's kind of like a natural growing plant as well, at least some varieties. This one probably not. But the colors really got me on this one. It's called Southern Charm. So I'm gonna give those a try, see how that goes. This is another new to me seed that I've actually tried to get for the past 2 years, but it's always sold out when I go to get it. So this year I grabbed it when I did this. It is called Black Strawberry Cherry Tomatoes. So they'll be a fun color, I think. I'm excited to try those. This is Merlot lettuce. I have a lot of lettuce seeds, so I really don't need to buy more lettuce. I mean, I even got, free lettuce. I get a lot of free lettuce packets too. But this Merlot lettuce, it looks pretty on the picture, but really in person, it's so dark and pretty that I sort of grow this not only to eat, but just as like pretty to put around in different pots and stuff. So in the spring when I go and buy a bunch of cheap pansies and violas and stuff like that, I will sometimes grow extra of like these and use these as a centerpiece because they look really pretty and I can eat off of them, and it helps like diversify my crops too. So I got more of that because I really like that lettuce. This is Purple Emperor nasturtiums. So I grew these last year. I put them in the corners of my beds around my tomatoes. Yeah, I think mostly around my tomatoes. They didn't do a huge amount during the season, so I thought, it's kind of a flop. But then all of a sudden, probably towards the middle of August, these things took off. They are trailing nasturtiums, so they grow long tendrils and grow along the beds and stuff like that. And they were so pretty. But I had used all the seeds trying to get them to grow, using them mostly as like a pollination sort of aspect. If you put flowers like this around your vegetables, they help as like a trap crop situation, which did help. I've had pretty decent. I think my worst pest issue I'm having is like cucumber beetles and squash bugs. So I need to figure that out. Harlequin beetles were really bad last year, but Caleb and I went around endlessly for like a week, hand picking them off of every single crop that I had and putting them in a jar of like soap and water. And it really helped diminish my population finally. But anyway, so yeah, I ran out of these seeds. They were sold out on Botanical Interest because that's where I got them the first time. So I thought, well, I'll just get them from Baker Creek. I have a gift card. I'm trying to get to the point in which I'm growing my own pansies and violas as opposed to running somewhere and buying starts from somewhere else. Though I do have a local stand that sells them for like, I don't know, $1.50 per 6-pack or something like that. So I don't have a huge desire to do that, considering, I bought this pack for $3. But if every seed in here germinates, like that's a lot of pansies, and maybe it'll cut down on my need to go to another store and buy started plants. So I got some of those to try, along with these. These are violas. They're antique Leda. I don't know how to say it, but they are so pretty. I bought these the first year I even really thought about starting my own seeds that I would buy from somewhere other than like Home Depot and Lowe's. And they were difficult to start, but when I did get one started, I kind of just threw it in a pot because I was like, it's not really doing much, whatever. And that thing took off, and these blooms are so dainty and pretty and just, I love them. So I've grown them every year since then. I even use these like when they are a decent size. I'll cut some of the blooms off and make like fancy ice cubes with these in them, because technically you could eat violas if you wanted. Again, not sure why you would, but you could. So needed a refill on those. And Chinese 5-color pepper. So I first got introduced to these actually from AeroGarden. I got like a variety pepper pod pack for Christmas one year, and I thought, what the heck, I'll grow some of these, see what they turn out to be. And honestly, some of them ended up being some of my favorite peppers to grow, this being one of them. I ran out of pods and I saved seeds, but when I grew them last year, they were not these. And that's because I didn't do the extra work of like making sure they didn't cross-pollinate with the 10,000 other peppers I had growing. So it's really on me, which is fine because that's the direction I chose to go. So I decided to buy some of these from Baker's Creek. I love to use these. Well, essentially when they start, they're like purple when the peppers come out, and then they go to like orange or yellow, orange, and then red. So you wait till they're red, and then I pick them off the plant, and I actually stick them in a bowl so that they dry, and then I take those dried peppers, and these are one of the peppers I use to make Thai chili sauce from scratch. And I only exclusively do that now. I couldn't find it in the grocery store for the longest time when I tried to make that dish, so I decided to try and make my own sauce instead, and it was so easy and so good that this is what I do. So I grow a combination of these and Thai chili peppers to make my own Thai chili sauce every year. And I don't use it enough to like have to do that often. So growing like 4 to 6 of these, the combination of the Thai and the 5-color plants a year, pulling them off and drying them only, not doing anything else with them, is enough for me to keep Thai chili sauce until the next season where I'm picking them and drying them again. So the other neat thing about Baker's Creek is they will always give you free seeds as well. So I got this really cool free seed. It's called Zinnia Persian Carpet. So it looks like it's kind of like a mini zinnia-ish. The flowers look smaller. Looks like it's a fun little mix. So yeah, that should be fun. Yeah, they're 2 inches double flowers. So try those out. And then I also got some bok choy baby milk. These actually look good to me. I haven't gotten to a place in which I've grown bok choy a few times, but I have never cooked with it. So sometimes I do this thing where I'll like grow the plant just to say that I could and then have no idea what to do with it. Bok choy ended up being one of those things, but I'd like to learn what dishes I can make that my husband and I actually like that include bok choy. And this one looks like it would be a good choice for me because it's kind of small and cute, and I like small and cute things, which is weird, but I just thought that might be fun. I know I could like cook these down, but I don't often just like cook down some greens and eat those as a side. It's just not really something we do. We cook them down and add them to dishes, so potentially I could do something like that. And I've also seen this quite often used in like ramen, and I do like to make my own ramen occasionally, so potentially that would be a good use too. But kind of last but not least, my husband and I went to the farm show complex last night for the first time in several years. Normally around this time of the year, the last thing I want to do is go somewhere when it's cold and potentially icy and snowy. But I felt like it'd been long enough, and I knew that my master gardeners would be there, and just a couple things that I was interested in seeing. One of those things being one of my favorite local seed stores, and I say local loosely because they're located in Lancaster, which for me is like a 45-minute trip to go there, but I go there like twice a year, spring and fall, see what cool things they have in store. So they happen to be there, so I just picked up a couple seeds. I got some more Stata seeds. Again, with my wanting to grow things I can dry, I have a blend of Stata seeds already, but the ones that I grew, the only colors I got were dark purple and yellow. So I was hoping maybe this one might have more of the pink in it. We'll see. So I got that. I got some Crispedia. This is another one I kind of want to grow just solely based off of the fact that I can grow this and I can dry it, and then I can have these cool, fun yellow balls to use in crafting and things like that. I almost bought a started plant of this last year in the beginning of the year, but they wanted like, I think it was like almost $10 for just one of the plants. And I thought, yeah, no, I'm not doing that because I'm spending like a lot of other money on things. So I'm going to try the seeds, see how that goes for me. I kind of want to create, and I haven't figured out how to do it yet. I want to create an area in which I'm just kind of like row growing different dried flowers. I know my mom wants to do the same thing, so I'm gonna at least work with her potentially to get one set up for her, but I'd like to find an area I could do the same thing, even if it's on a smaller scale. And last but not least, I picked up Stock. This is a nice cold tolerant, very fragrant flower. I got one of these last year for the first time and grew it. I got like a cherry blossom color, and it was beautiful. I actually kept that one in my greenhouse, and it made the greenhouse smell really lovely, and it just very delicate and pretty. I like that cherry blossom look. So I thought I'd try another variety this year. It's an apricot column, it says. So we'll try that. Hi, Emmy. Now I'm getting visited by Emmy. And then they also always give a free lettuce package, which again is Musculin mix. That's why I say I shouldn't really have to buy. And it looks like they gave me a coupon too. I didn't even see that. So 10% off my next order. That's kind of cool. Last but not least, this is not seed related, but I thought since I was showing things that I bought using like the gifts that I was given, I would show one other purchase I made this year. I've been avidly, like I said, seed starting and all of that sort of stuff. Mostly, I think I'm going into my 5th year. I think I really got into it at 2020, not due to COVID, just naturally where I ended up. COVID, I guess, probably helped. But anyway, every year I learn something different about my seed starting or things that worked or didn't work. I learned a lot of things last year. I was probably going to do a video about seed starting in general as well, so I'll keep it short here. But one of the things, like those butterfly peas I showed you, so I got myself 2 sets of these. They are called Deep Root Success. Essentially, let me see if the picture shows it. Sort of, yeah, right here. So they kind of like snap apart because there's certain plants that really don't like their roots to be disturbed. Things like peas, squashes, so if you put them in like a pot to start them inside and you disturb the roots, they'll be stunted for a period of time. I did my best with like finding, bigger pots, deeper pots, and it was fine. That most of the time my cucumbers still suffer, and my squashes still suffer. But I found that I kind of have to do that, even though the recommendation would be to direct sow those things. I have so much problems with like squash bugs and also actually roly-polies, which I know that they're really beneficial for the soil, so I'm not trying to, get rid of my roly-polies, but I do find that they come up and they eat my seedlings. I thought it was cutworms. I put, BT and stuff all around and diatomaceous earth, but it's not. I've literally caught the roly-polies doing it. And I did learn the trick to cut a potato in half, put it in the soil, and that drastically helped. But I still have a lot of problems starting like my melons, my squashes, and my, I guess zucchini's a squash, direct from seed. So I thought I'm gonna try these for like my peas, my sweet peas, things like that maybe starting them myself will work a little better than it. I should direct sow, but it's, like I said, not working for me, so I'm gonna try this. And if anything, I at least have a nice set of trays. And I also got myself this. Oh, I can't even fit it in the video. Essentially, it's like a tray that I can put my soil in here, my seeds, my pens and stuff. Right now, when I'm starting seeds and it's like winter time, I'm doing it in the basement, and I have a pretty decent flow that I've got myself into at this point. But I'm using just like a bowl from the Dollar Tree to like put my soil in to moisten it, and then I'm constantly having to refill that. And this tray happened to be on a big sale when I was buying the other trays. It was like $13, and when I've looked at these trays in the past, sure, this is a smaller version, but they were like $70 for the bigger version. So I thought I'd give this a try. This might help me stay a little bit more or easier to do my seed starting in the basement. We'll see. If not, it was only $13. Not that I like to waste things, but I'm gonna give it a try. So that's it. I just wanted to do a fun little seed unboxing video, show you some of the things I got, some of the things I'm excited to start. I think I'm gonna do a video on what I'm planning on growing this year, see how that actually ends up panning out, and the different methods in which I'm gonna grow. And I was also gonna review my seed starting situation, the tools that I use and the things that I like. So anyway, thanks for watching.